Kind of attitude with this now long break between games.
Attitude. I mean, I think the attitude is simple. Is just go get a win. I mean, I think we're all just hungry to go back out there and redeem ourselves. That's 2 times in a row. We let the organization down. So it's a pretty simple mindset. It's more about being intentional about our work. We put in this week.
Now that you've had time to look back at it, what do you see just from the Eagles' running game and what you guys are doing?
Just some stuff we got to fix. Nothing too crazy. That's gonna have us up all night. But it's just more, just playing to our keys, doing our job. Everybody playing together, and we got to find a way to get turnovers. We got to close that gap in the turnover margin. And that's a big part on the defense.
Josh, after starting the season, you have 2 games, 5 days, right? Shot out of a cannon, go to Philly, come back. Do you feel like now is kind of a chance to just kind of reset and get
Yeah,
ready?
yeah. I think this league is a lot about routine, and we haven't had a routine week yet. That first week obviously was a long week, long build up. Then we have the short week. So I think this week, it's about getting back to our routine. Getting back to what we do day in and day out to get ready for football games. Stressing the importance of all the little things. You can in a regular football week. Because we don't have bye week till 13. I think we got a couple primetime games here and there, but for the most part, we get to have this same schedule, for every game we play for the next couple weeks. So, it's just about being intentional about the way we prepare for games, and I think a big part of that is our routine.
When you say you let the organization down, we let the organization down. How disappointing is that?
It's disappointing. I mean, obviously, our goal is obviously bigger than just the first 2 football games. We want the trophy at the end, but it starts with these games. If we can't win these games, we can't expect to win any other game. So I think just being able to talk, how we talk, say we're a good team. A lot of it has to show in the results, and right now it's not showing. We got great players, so we need to have great results too. And when you don't do that, it feels like a letdown. It feels like the people pouring into us, all the fans, the organization. We feel like we're letting them down because we're not bringing the results in.
How do you evaluate your body of work playing a lot of snaps?
I would say besides the little injury I had earlier in the game, I'm doing pretty good. I would say my body feels good. I don't feel too different than I would in the regular football season. I'm just ready to go back out there, and get a win with these guys.
When a young guy like Theo gets his interception, right? What can I do for a guy? It's not only confidence, but all right, let's go.
I think it does a lot. I would say, going back to my experience last year, being out there and actually playing in the game and, making a play, it does build a lot of confidence. You can play already. You're already in the league. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. But then when you make a play with guys on those fields like Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, and A.J. Brown, you make a play against those guys. It shows you can play with the big dogs. It just builds a lot of confidence. So I'm super excited for him, and I'm excited to see what he does with that.
Another talented offense in the Chargers with a lot of
Yep.
playmakers. What do
Yeah.
you see when you watch their games?
They definitely rely on their quarterback a lot, like we played the team we played last week. So it's going to be a big part keeping him out the game. Try to limit their big plays down the field. With those receivers, a lot of those things are big plays, big shots down the field. So keeping the ball in front of us, keeping the chunks off our tape, as Flo likes to say. That's going to be a big part. Once we get into more game planning, we're still reviewing the game. We had the long weekend off. So, we're still reviewing the game from last week. But I can just say, from watching them, they had, almost 35 points both times they played. So I think, just being able to keep the chunks off our tape will be a big part of this game plan.
Josh, I see there's a lot of I am gifted hats in the audience today. Just what has this team done since last Thursday to rally around Alex?
Just being there, being a good teammate for him. I know I was in there with him this weekend and just talking to him, getting his stance on it, how he feels, just hearing him out. Sometimes a guy in that situation just wants to vent, and I was just being there for him, letting him know I'm here. I had a similar situation happen to me. So I tried to make that compassion, just being there for him. I think this world can do a lot for you and it could do a lot against you, and that's why you just need those core group of people to always keep you stable and ready to move on and move forward. And I think anybody out there going through a situation like that, needs somebody to lean on. And I think our job as his teammates is to be those people to lean on.
And
What
not
happened
proud
with
of-
you?
Same thing. Guy in the message said some very vulgar things, and obviously I'm way past it now, but it's a very similar situation. Said almost not same language, but very similar. So.
But
Yeah.
Josh, if people stay silent, some people they say they're complicit, right? So
Mm-hmm.
even though it was hard for Alex, hard for you to step out and say something, it's important too, right?
Yeah, it's definitely important because that's not okay. It's not okay anywhere. I don't see why anybody should condone that type of behavior or anything towards anybody. I think that's just not where I stand. Anybody should stand, and we need to do our best to try to keep that from happening. I know it's hard because social media, you can do that and nobody knows who did it. I mean, obviously we know there's ways. I know Alex has talked to some people, to figure out ways to stop this from happening. But I would say as much as we can to keep spreading the word or just keep spreading positivity in the world. I think we can try to limit the amount of time stuff like that happens.
Josh, how much does the team talk with you guys about ways to handle it, whether it's closing DMs
Mm-hmm.
or just kind of?
Yeah,
Worry that
they
out.
do a great job. I think the NFL does a great job. I know the NFLPA, as soon as it happened, they were sending out messages, posting stuff on social media just for players to see. Whereas, ways to turn off your DMs, showing you the step by step, the exact what to press. If you had any questions, what to press, how to get there. Just to limit, the stuff. Obviously, there's still ways people can get those messages to you. But if you limit it on social media, it makes it a lot harder. So, just ways like that, of them being open to just help us out and limit that type of stuff. Thank you, guys.